I've been asked a lot about wiring my trees and the wire on some of my trees. A common misconception I hear is, does it really make the trees grow, or does it help the trees grow? And the answer is no. It doesn't necessarily make the trees grow or help them in any kind of way as far as how the trees grow. But instead, while the limbs are always going to try and grow up towards the sky, it is your way of controlling which direction you want the limbs to go, how compact you want them. Because if you really think about it, at the end of the day, we really are just custodians of these tiny trees in our short time here on this earth. So making them as healthy and beautiful as we can needs to be the number one priority. Health first. But our wire is where we come to for the beauty. Because after so long, the trees will take hold and you can take that wire off and it will stay in the position that you have wired it. When looking for your wire, you have two options. You have copper and you have aluminum wire. You have a couple ups and downs with both of them, as the aluminum wire does not hold as strong as the copper wire. It is easier to work with and it's cheaper. But the copper wire, the annealed copper wire, once you wrap it around a branch, it will harden and there will be no movement whatsoever until you cut that wire off. With the aluminum wire, you can remove the aluminum wire like what I have done right here. This is just some wire that I've saved, and I'm going to use a couple of pair of pliers and I'm going to straighten it out. It's really simple. You just pull on both ends. You want to give it a little twist because as you wrap the wire around the branches, it twists the wire in a way that puts little kinks and bends in it. I prefer the aluminum wire because it's cheaper. And it's also more forgiving on the deciduous trees. Once you get wire bite in a branch on a deciduous tree, it tends to stay there for a really long time. Unlike some of the tropical trees that never really drop their leaves, they grow so much and so fast that even if you get some wire bite on them, it's really not that big of a deal, because in a relatively short period of time, that wire bite will grow out. It'll bark over and replace itself, basically. But here I'm going to speed this up a little bit, and this is just me straightening out a bunch of wire. Now right here, I had one long piece of wire that was on a bigger oak tree, and I can't reach both sides to straighten that wire out, so I'm going to use the vise to help me. Once I get this piece of wire straight, I ultimately end up cutting it in half. I didn't really need another piece that long. I always keep these toolboxes locked because my tools seem to have legs and they disappear. This way they can't get out. There's the dog, Lola. She was rescued from a shelter. Pretty sure she was abused, beat, all the things, just the way she acted when we first got her. And she still really doesn't like a lot of people, but she seems to like us. Right here, this is just a quick look at what the tree looks like, unwired, kind of the progress of how this tree is going. It originally, my thoughts were I wanted to do a windswept kind of look with this tree because it was naturally already kind of going there. And the deeper I get into training these branches over, the more I'm starting to see that that might not be the direction for this tree, but time will tell. I usually will let the trees kind of decide where they go at the end. You don't necessarily have to take something and completely change how it's naturally growing. Though you can, through different techniques, I kind of let the trees kind of guide me where I'm gonna go with them. Once you get all the wire on your tree, you can kind of sit back and look and see, which direction each little branch goes. You can make your fine-tune adjustments after that, but this is kind of what it looks like. I'm still on the bench on whether it's ultimately going to end as a windswept tree or not, but this is it. This is the final product. At the end of this video, I will post a kind of a before and after picture. I'll have to dig through my photos and find them, but if I can find the dates, if I still have the dates on the old photos in the metadata, I will post the dates for you so that you can have a comparison of, time and progress. So I couldn't find the original photo with the date stamp on it, but this is roughly 2 years of progress with this tree. And this is kind of how it looks now. Hope you guys have a good one.